Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. This is Martina and yes, today is such a lovely day. We have autumn but it's still warm, relatively warm. The sun is shining and it's bright and beautiful. Nevertheless, leaves are falling. Quite a lot of leaves are falling already, but I still would like to celebrate the beauty of flowers, and I do this with this new journal which I have called Nostalgic Flower Garden. Flower Garden, it's very clear, and nostalgic is because there are several nostalgic ephemera pages whatsoever inside this journal. It turned out to be a biggie as usual, so I show you a little bit. It has the measurements of 21 centimeters times 14 centimeters with a 7 centimeter spine, and when you turn this into inches, then it's 8.3 times 5.6 times 2.8. Yeah, and this one I have made the cover. For this one I have made the cover out of fabric, and this is one of the things which I so much love doing when doing journals, and it is that you can really play with different material, with different techniques, and there is almost no end inside. So many things you can do. And this time what I did is I used this pretty fabric which comes from a Norwegian fabric artist, and she is known for doing playful motifs, fairy tale like motifs, and I've used several of her fabrics and made patches, and I've sewn them together on a piece of cotton. And so this is a kind of a how to say, vintage patterned book, patterned cover. And on top of that I have added several trims and borders. Here you see in white, because I thought the white is a very nice addition to this pretty fabrics. And then I have added this border which I just recently bought, and it's so cute. It has these little flowers and it perfectly fits, of course. Also I did, as you would have expected probably, I did several laces for the edges here in cotton and in a nice rose tone in white, and this is this pretty mini ruffle trim. On the back side I also added 3 layers of lace. And because I still couldn't stop and I wanted to do more, I added an applique here. And then I found in my stash, I found these pretty wooden buttons. And I have put them on this journal, as well as these cute ones, the little ones over here. I don't know whether you can see it. So, and this makes the cover, and it's a different cover because usually I don't do it this way, but probably I will do this again. Now let's have a look from the front, and it's been closed with a bow from lace, very fine lace. And of course when you have a look like this, then you see it's chunky monkey, and it's lacy. Yeah, well. Okay, now let's have a look into the inside. So it starts with an expandable and flippable envelope, and this envelope I made from decoupaging various napkins together with old book pages. I embossed it and I put on some varnish so that it's really resistant. And on the back side I have added some stamp ink to give it this nice color, purple color. And inside this envelope there is a nice vintage looking postcard. A belly band with flower motifs, and behind this belly band there is a big journaling card where I have added some lace on the side, backed it with pink paper and sewn around it in a kind of a fancy stitching. This journal has 5 signatures and more than 150 pages. And when I say that, I count back and forth, but I don't count the smaller pages. So let's have a look here. Number 1. You turn it and you see again double layers of lace and silk ruffles, self-tanned, self-colored silk ruffles. And the inside is backed with some vintage book paper from a Dutch book which I bought recently. And it has these nice drawings. And I don't know what it says, but I think it doesn't matter. Here on the opposite side there is a flip out. And in this flip out, which is a nice frame with some vintage looking flowers, behind it there is a little belly band and there is some further information about some wildflowers, which I aged a little bit by putting on some distress ink, and it sits here. And on the back side, on the right side, you see this is a nostalgic picture. Here, lace, fine lace. On the next side there is a pocket, and this pocket is made from wallpaper, and I love the rose motif, and therefore I put in these two tags because I think the motifs pretty well fit together. And of course this yellow also fits nicely to this book page which I have which I put out from a book which is called Victorian Flower Album, and they have so many nice drawings from wildflowers, and this yellow, perfect. On the back side you see some coffee dyed paper, so throughout this journal I have used several pages from coffee dyed paper, eco dyed paper, I think as well avocado dyed, and color work, and you will see a lot. And this is the same trim which you have seen on the cover, this mini ruffles with these little flowers. On the back side there is a tuck spot, and inside this tuck spot there are two journaling cards, a tag and a journaling card with some vintage writing. And this is from Semperia, a little rose design. When you turn this one here, this is one of my self-made tags, and this is again the same approach. It's decoupaged napkins, adding some glitter and putting on some varnish. And of course it's also embossed, so it has a nice haptic, and it has this wonderful blue which I put in this blue pocket here. On this side you see this, what I love, this flip out things, and in this flip out there is another tag with some silk ruffle. I had so much fun doing that, and so many ideas. I thought it's almost done. I thought it's done, and then I thought, oh no, I can do this, I can do that. I think many of you can relate to this kind of thinking. So this is again coffee dyed paper, a small one, which I have further beautified by putting on some gold shimmer, gold and blue shimmer. This is a plain page, so there are some plain pages, and there is enough room for writing because, as I said, there are also many tags and journaling cards, and of course you can write if you want on the back side. When you turn this, then there's another flip out, again a nostalgic picture of two. I think they are not kids, probably they are a little bit older, but anyway, and it has this nice green, and when you turn it, you see this very nice greenish page. This comes from a digital paper, and I have added another die cut, which also has some glitter on, and I have backed this flip out with eco dyed paper, and I've used exactly this one because I love the composition of colors, and you never know which colors you get when you do eco dyeing, and it's always a surprise. And in this instance it was a positive surprise, and so I added it here. And here you see a nice tag inside this flip out, inside this pocket flip out. So there is some marble paper, which is corresponding pink. Again, a very nice trim with gold and pink. This is plain. And here you see another belly band, which is made from some lace, which I have glued on a piece of cardstock. And behind it there is a big journaling card sewn around and added some lace. bluish lace because it fits to the blue paper. When you turn it this way, then you see a pretty cardstock which I have used on this page. It has such a wonderful, really lovely rose motif, and I've added a tuck spot in this light green, and in this tuck spot there is a piece of paper with gold motifs, rose motifs, and a journaling card which I did by embossing and putting on some acrylic paint in different colors. So it has a nice shimmer when you turn it, and different colors. Here there's another tuck spot, and inside this tuck spot there is one bigger journaling card which I made by collaging different paper, different fabric, some die cuts, and it sits here. Another mini flip out here, and in this flip out there is a tiny journaling card with some silk decoration, and here also some wildflowers. Coffee dyed paper. Here I did some stenciling because I thought it's too pale. Stenciling is always a good thing to do. And this is the other side of this vintage paper, vintage book page, and you see again very nice drawings. Let's go to number 2. Number 2 also starts with this pretty wallpaper rose motif digital paper. Very nice. Here I have added a belly band from some lace which I have coffee dyed, and inside this belly band there is an envelope, and this envelope is empty, so it waits for your secrets or your letters or whatever. And having said that, of course this journal is available in my Etsy shop, so if you want to have a look, please go ahead. On the opposite side, another pretty flower trim, and these are blue flowers, blue and green flowers, and again I love to match the colors, and I think I did it here again. Turning this, there's another flip out. In this flip out there is a small pocket, and there is a little journaling card. And here is another pocket, and actually is a double pocket, and in this double pocket in one of those double pockets there are 2 tags, and I have done some rose embossing with some shiny black but still glimmery embossing powder, and also a bigger journaling card. Yeah. So this is baking paper which I have embossed. This is one of the clips I like to make. It looks like little envelopes from ancient times, from older times, and they sit on this pretty paper here, stenciled on the back side. And here there is some nice lace again, die cut. This is digital paper which features a vintage wallpaper, and I have sewn it on some eco-dyed paper. Here you see some coffee dyed paper again with a nice trim, and one of my self-made tags which sit on a clip, on a paper clip in a heart form, heart shape, and this one is double-sided. And what I did also is, and you will see this again in this journal, I have added this fabric which has these squares in gold shimmer, which look lovely, I think. And I put this back later. So on the back side another small pocket with some things inside. Bluish lace. Now we come to a very nice page, one of the very nice pages. It's all in pink, and because the page is so nice, I've used pink vellum paper, vellum material, to have the pattern still shine through, and I've added this pretty lace. And inside this vellum pocket there are several tags or journaling cards or whatever you want to name it. And also it looks pretty from the back side because it has these, I think these are orchids in a pot. And here there's another flip out in corresponding colors. And inside this flip out there is a nice tag with some flowers. Also nice from the back. So, and this was number 2. Number 3 also starts with a pretty vintage wallpaper motif, which I have further decorated with double layers, lace, and also some hand-dyed silk ruffle. On the back side, yeah, I did some flower drawing with brusho and added some gold around, so it looks like this, and it has been turned into a pocket, and in this pocket there are 2 journaling cards, this one with a flower and this one with the picture of a magnolia. And you know my name, or the name of my channel, of my shop, is MagnoliaFairyTale, and therefore I added it here. Again, coffee dyed paper, some nice die cut, some rose vellum, and here there's another small pocket in this flip out thing, flip out pocket, and in this small envelope which I have further decorated with a silk flower and a little bead. There we have a very small journaling card, again with flower motifs. You see there are flowers all over because that's the name of the journal, Nostalgic Flower Garden. So, go in. So, here I have used some gold trim, and there's another small pocket, and in this small pocket there sits another tag with roses. This is an old, it's the picture of an old English teacup. And in this old English teacup there are some violets, and in the pocket there is a picture of a rose, and this is a journaling card, and of course you can write on the back side. And here we all love it. This is Edith Holden, which I use from time to time, and it looks nice, I think. Again, some fine lace over here. There's another envelope. Let's look inside. It's closed with a bow. And inside, carte postale, there are 2 ladies, or 2 girls, probably rather girls than ladies. And yeah, that's also vintagey. Put it back, close it later. Coffee dyed paper. And now we come to a booklet which I have added into this journal, and this forms the middle, the center of this journal. And it has been decorated with some appliques and double layers of digital paper. And when you open it, then you have a flip out here, or yeah, flip out here. Inside this flip out, which I have turned into a pocket, there are some journaling cards, a bigger one and a smaller one. When you open it like this, there is a pocket, and this is a journaling card where I've also used this pretty fabric with the squares. Here there's a belly band, and inside this belly band there is another journaling card. When you turn it, then there is a nice decoration here, but this nice decoration also is a pocket, and inside this pocket there is a little tag with some flower. Of course, flowers, what else? But you see, I've not only used flowers, I also used butterflies, yes. And here I have turned some squares into a belly band, and in this belly band I have I have put another tag, which I have decorated with some gold polka dots. So again, this is embossing, and I have added some distress ink on the back side to really make the embossing pattern stand out. And this one here, this is a copy of a collage which I made using different napkins, and you see these wonderful blues, and these blues of course do correspond nicely to this blue here and also to this blue ribbon from, we will see what it is when we turn the page. It is a paper doily which I have turned into a pocket, and in this paper doily pocket there sits another tag in this pretty teal, greenish, bluish colors, which I really love. I love these motifs, and I have added this blue satin ribbon. Also pretty from the back side. So we have again this rose vellum, and we have another look at signature number 4, and you see the signature number 4 also has a nice rose wallpaper motif, and also has been decorated with 2 layers of lace, one in cotton, yeah, it's a crochet type one, and some cotton in white. On the back side, and I forgot, there will be something inside here because this is a pocket and I have not yet put it in, but I know what I will put in. So whoever gets this journal, this will be a surprise for you. And here we have different flip outs. And of course in these flip outs there are things. First we start with a window pocket, which has been decorated with some die cut here as well. There's this one of the butterflies in pink, and it nicely fits to this, and you can take it out like that. From the back side there is also a pocket, and in this pocket there is a little tag with a rose. Here there's another flip out, and here one of my self-created collaged tags with a nice die cut, and here I have added another die cut over here to give it further beautification. Another pocket, and inside this pocket there is a butterfly. So as I said, not only flowers but also butterflies, because if there were no butterflies there are no flowers. I hope that I pronounced it grammatically correct. So let's go on. Another tuck spot with a rose tag. This is eco dyed paper, and when I did it, these petals here did not want to go off. So I said, okay, if you want to stay, you can stay. So they stayed, and you see here the pattern from the flower which I used to dye this page. Some rose paper which is also a little bit embossed. Again, this pretty mini ruffle lace. Nice bird, you can flip it out, and there's a pocket, and in this pocket there is a tag. Again, this paper which I love to do, it's coffee dyed, and I added some gold pigments, gold and blue pigments, and then you water it again, and then it gets whatever kind of pattern, and it's always a surprise, and I love it. This is also pretty lace. I love it. It's so delicate. It looks so nice, and yeah. Now we come to this page. And this page, first of all, you see this is eco dyed paper. I think this is now clear, and it has this really, really pretty, and I did it just a few days ago, and it has this really pretty yellow tones and this grayish blue tones, and I have added a very nice little tag which I have attached with a paper clip, and the paper clip has been further decorated with lace. Have a look, it's so pretty, and I've added a mini tag over here, some lace there, a little bit of a diamond, and again this square fabric. And when you remove this tag, then you can open this page, and then you see this is a big butterfly. And this butterfly has 4 pockets, and in these 4 pockets there are these tags, and 2 of the tags have a pink backside, and the other 2 I have further decorated with some stenciling. And I put this back later. Have a look, it's nice, isn't it? So I think this signature is the flip out signature because there's another flip out, and this has this blue and butterfly roses. Yeah, what can you say? Different layers of lace. You can turn it. There's a pocket in blue and there's a tag from embossing and decoupaging. Then I have turned a wine label into a pocket. I just added on a die cut and it looks nice. I love the ornaments over here. And inside there's another tag with rose motifs. On the back side, pretty blue paper, bluish paper, which correspond perfectly to this blue lace. And here I have added, I couldn't resist, I have added this really heavy pink lace. I love it. On the back side, or on the, when you turn this, then you see another pocket from cotton lace. I have glued it on with double-sided double-sided tape. And this is a bigger tag with rose motifs, and it sits on a wonderful wallpaper. And this wallpaper is grayish and has this rose flower motifs in pinkish and silver, and it looks so luxurious. Love it. On the back side, a very tiny pocket, and I tell you a secret. This pocket I created from, probably you know these peppermint pieces from After Eight, and they come in this little wrapping little pockets, and I've used one of those, and I've added just the decoration on top, and so it forms a nice pocket. And there are two small journaling cards, and here I've added another one as a surprise if you remove it. On the back side, again, I've used this wonderful rose paper, rose cardstock, and because of that reason I have also used vellum, and because then I came across this die cut, which I further enhanced by adding some gold wax onto it. I've put it on here, and inside there are journaling card and tag. You see, it's pretty full, so I couldn't stop decorating, and once I get into the flow, it's difficult to stop. So again, I did some stenciling, and this is the other side from the Ecodite paper. Here I have added a butterfly, and I have added a die cut. Such a nice rose, which nicely matched this rose here and this color over there. So now we come to the last signature, but still there is something to look at. Don't worry. Again, nice rose wallpaper. Here there is a frame which I have cut, and there's a nostalgic picture from two little girls. Isn't it cute? And I love the green, and I love how the green and this light purple, how they fit together so nicely. And when you turn this, then you see I did some fancy stitching, and there's a belly band. And this is one of the last things I did on this journal, because I came across one of the pressed flowers which I have. I think it's a forget-me-not. And this forget-me-not I have glued on a piece of paper, and then I thought, it might be too delicate, it might be torn. So I added this, I told you about this square fabric, which really secures it, but still shows it. So you know it's a pressed flower, it's a forget-me-not, and it's further enhanced by having these gold elements over there. And this cardstock is exactly the same cardstock like this one, which I used for the frame. And here then I have also, because this is such a nice page, I have added this gold trim. Another page from this Victorian flower album book. And here there's another flip out with a journaling card, which has been decorated with some silk ruffles. You see, this is, there are some other elements which didn't want to come out. Some eco dyed paper, and this is from last year, and it's really strong. This is an old dictionary from 1890, and this is a belly band with a butterfly, and in this belly band there is a picture. I love this purple, and this picture is very pretty, and it looks like this and it looks like that. So it has no meaning, it has no purpose, it's just only has the purpose to make you happy. Some lace on the edge, and this is some avocado dyed paper, and when you turn it, then there is another frame, and I have put a nostalgic picture behind it, and I've added some decoration, some fabric decoration, and I've also used some glitter, some pigments, some gold pigments on this cardstock. And this cardstock is also this thing is also a pocket, and in this pocket I have added another label from a wine bottle because I like it so much. It's like the, maybe from the Greek mythology. It's the ladies who followed the god of wine, which is Bacchus, and these are in German Bachantinnen. I don't know how to pronounce it in English, and the wine is also very good. Just by the way. So you might have guessed that I really like to drink red wine. So I don't drink a lot, but I like it. Okay, so another pocket from cotton with some text, journaling card and text, which also has some lace over here. This is this book page. This is the other side of this eco dyed paper, and again here are some leftovers from the petals which didn't want to go off, so they are still there. Some stenciling. We are almost at the end, but I would like to show you that. It's a picture of a very nice butterfly. I have sewn this picture on this piece of cardstock, which I have also further decorated with this fabric, this square fabric, and inside this butterfly there is one of my tags, which is also double-sided, and I think the colors match so nice, and when you turn it, and you see also this one matches, and I have further covered the inside of the bag with this fabric because it's really, I think it's really pretty. It's not too heavy. The gold is still reduced, but it's visible, and I love it a lot. So, and this is the look from the fabric which I have used on the back side, and I show it again to you, back and forth, back and forth. So this is Nostalgic Flower Garden. It was really, really nice to do it. It was a little bit different, especially different to the things which I recently did, namely a dark one, and I showed you also my Christmas journals, but I love this a lot, and I really love the fabric. And lucky me, I have this fabric also in other colors, in pink and in blue, and I might do something like this or a similar one again. Let me know if you would be interested in that. And I wish you a very, very nice autumn day. I wish you a very good rest of the week, and I hope to see you soon. And this is Martina. Bye-bye.